All right, we all love one another. Well, that's the wonderful thing about the Poetry Caravan. We do all love one another. We think one another is wonderful. We support what we do. We're companions in poetry. It really is. It makes it for me. I think I speak for everybody. I hope so anyway.
Yeah.
What I've been doing, besides managing the Poetry Caravan, more or less, is for the past 7 years, I think, I have been doing writing workshops in the Women's Unit, New York Presbyterian Hospital, twice a month. Very intensive, very rewarding, mainly women there. Sometimes I read them a poem of my own that was in my first book called Something Gold. Stopped with a startle to the heart by the flash of sunlight at the feeder, we watched from the staircase window goldfinch frolicking, yellow in air, swirling bright as Apollo, black caps gleaming, as we, suspended between our going up and coming down, fill with grace for the time that they and we can stay. You never know quite what to expect in the Women's Unit at New York Presbyterian Hospital. Sometimes you get rap singers. Sometimes you get people who have written novels. Sometimes you get people who have never, ever been exposed to the written word. One time, a young woman was in the workshop. She sat, attentive, quiet, didn't participate, didn't write, didn't talk to anybody. At the end of the workshop, she came up to me and she said, "Thank you. Thank you. I've never been in a poetry workshop before." In a voice of wonder and gratitude. And I felt that I could bring that to somebody, open that up for somebody. That was a gift to me. This is Derek Walcott, who is Nobel laureate. He's from the islands. Love after love. The time will come when with elation you will greet yourself arriving at your own door, in your own mirror, and each will smile at the other's welcome and say, "Sit here, eat." You will love again the stranger who was yourself. Give wine, give bread, give back your heart to itself. The stranger who has loved you all your life, whom you ignored for another, who knows you by heart. Take down the love letters from the bookshelf, the photographs, the desperate notes. Peel your own image from the mirror. Sit, feast on your life. And that prompted people to write about what they loved about themselves. And one woman wrote, "I loved my childhood. It was a time of milk and graham crackers." And that was part of her poem. We often do, in that workshop, Maya Angelou's poem, Phenomenal Woman. Everybody chiming in on the chorus, Phenomenal Woman, that's me. Another poem that we do, and we often do this in unison after we've read it through a few times, is Lucille Clifton's poem called Homage to My Hips. These hips are big hips. They need space to move around in. They don't fit into little petty places. These hips are free hips. They don't like to be held back. These hips have never been enslaved. They go where they want to go. They do what they want to do. These hips are mighty hips. These hips are magic hips. I have known them to put a spell on a man and spin him like a top. It's great fun, especially when somebody bigger than I gets up there and recites it by herself. I'll close with one of my own called Watermelon Season. It's after Omari Sheridan's painting called Melon Season, which is in the Newburgh Museum at Purchase. And it shows, if you're not familiar with it, two women, one sitting down, one standing up, and there's watermelon there, and one of them is eating it. Relish it, sister. Get your mouth around that slice and let the juice run out your lips and tickle your chin. I'm about to go for mine. Why do you hesitate? Relish it, sister. Watermelon season. The layered seasons of the year. Not just here. Wonder what people are doing in China right now? That children's game? On the banks of the Yangtze in yellow, I tell you, they are relishing a big watermelon crop. Melons growing all over China, all over Asia, Africa. Red fruit season. Watermelons piled high by the side of the road to Caesarea. And the man in the shack takes out a knife and splits them in half. And people are relishing watermelon on the dusty road to the sea, juice spilling over them, spitting the seeds. What grows in such soil? Hope, maybe, and the fructifying juice. Up in the amphitheater, little boy centurions relishing slices down to the green while an old lady wanders the stage with a pickled watermelon in a brown paper bag she's carried on the subway from the Lower East Side. Watermelon garlic smelling up the season. Children's teeth are set on edge, but she's relishing on the edge of the sea like they do in Coney Island with the big red slices from the A&P. Open your lips. Raise yourself, stiffen your stripes like Joseph's coat you're afraid to muss. Move those feet, reach, relish it, sister. Watermelon across the ocean and the seas. Thank you. And thanks to all the poets, and I hope we've given you a taste of the Poetry Caravan and what it's all about, and the relish that we get out of being members of the Poetry Caravan. Join us.